In this video, I'll explain about greatest integer function. A function f from R to R is greatest integer function if f of x equal to greatest integer of x. This is the notation for greatest integer function. That is square bracket. Within the square bracket, the integer, the given real value has to be written. Takes the greatest integer value less than or equal to x. So greatest integer function is nothing but it gives you the output as integer. Input is any real number x, output is the greatest integer, which is greatest integer value less than or equal to x. So first you have to list out all the, for example, greatest integer of 3.5 I want to calculate. First you list out all the integer values less than or equal to x. Equal to x not possible because 3.5 equal to 3.5 is 3.5, which is not an integer. Integer values less than or equal to x. So it starts from 3. Okay, if you take the number line 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, so 3.5 comes here. All the integer values less than or equal to 3.5 are nothing but 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1 and so on. So among all these integers I have to find the greatest. Greatest is 3. So greatest integer of 3.5 is 3. Similarly for 5.4, the integers less than 5.4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 and so on. The greatest among all these is 5. Therefore, it is 5. The greatest integer of minus 2.9. So, it is 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Minus 2.9 comes here. All the values less than minus 2.5. All the integer values less than or equal to minus. Less than means towards the left. You should not move towards the right of this 2.9. Towards the left. So, it starts from minus 3, lesser than minus 4, minus and so on. So greatest among all these integers is minus 3. So greatest integer of minus 2.9 is minus 3. Suppose minus 5.6, move towards the left, that is minus 6, minus 7, minus 8 and so on, and the greatest among all these is minus 6. So you can conclude when a number is a positive, its integral part itself is the greatest integer. 3.5, 3, 5.4, 5 when a number is positive. When a number is negative, the greatest integer of that negative number is the first integer which comes to the left of the given real number, like minus 2.5 to the left of minus 2.5, 9, minus 3 comes. To the left of minus 5.6, minus 6 comes. So it becomes minus 3 and minus 6. If you have directly given real number as an integer 5, which is equal to 5, because 5, 6, 7, all the integer 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and so on, and the greatest among all these is 5. If it is an integer, given real number is an integer, the answer is itself. So that is what called as greatest integer function. So now the domain of greatest integer function is any real number, and the range of the greatest integer function, look at all the answers, all answers are integers. So it is z. The graph of the greatest integer function is like this. It looks like this. For 0, it is 0. Greatest integer. For 0 0.1, 0 0.2, whatever the value, 0.21 greatest integer function 0. 0.2, this also gives 0. 0.3, it's a 0. Till 0 0.9999, whatever the real number, it is 0. So that's why this line. Okay, till 0.99, answer is equal to 0. Okay, when it is equal to 1, okay, when it is equal to 1, I have not shaded the bubble. For 1 it is 1, I have shaded this part because to avoid the confusion, because if it is a continuous line, it looks like for 1 also it is 0. So to avoid that confusion, do a bubble but don't shade it. For 1 it is 1. Similarly, for till from 1 to 2, like 1.999, it is 1 only. Then when it is 2, value is 2. Similarly, till 2.999, the greatest integer function value is 2 itself. For 3, it is not equal to 2. For 3, it is 3. Similarly, in the negative case also, for minus 1, it is minus 1. For all other values, it is the minus 0.1, minus 0.2, minus it is equal to minus 1. Same way it continues. This is also called as, it looks like a step. So this is also called as a step function. Greatest integer function is also called as a step function. So we have, whenever your x is greater than or equal to 0, less than 1, the greatest integer function of x is equal to 0. Whenever x is greater than or equal to 1, less than 2, it is 1. Similarly, you can, whenever x is greater than or equal to 2, less than 3, greatest integer value is 2, and so on. This is how we can generally write the definition of a greatest integer function. It is the greatest among all the integer values which are less than or equal to x. First you list out all the integers less than 3.5, then you search for the greatest, that gives you the value of greatest integer function. Thanks for watching.